Do you sometimes catch yourself thinking, I don't have the resources right now to make this work, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I will just wait for the opportunity to come to me? Let's talk about the difference between resources and resourcefulness. Having resources means you have the means to do something. You have the time, you have the money to do something, you have the contacts, you have the people that would invest in you, you have the opportunities. And apart from the fact that if you are looking at this video right now, you probably have the resources because you have access to the internet. Let's talk about real problems and us really thinking we don't have resources. The issue is with not having resources is that we make it about ourselves. We internalize and we personalize the lack of resources. Let's try this approach instead. Think about how resourceful you can be with what you have. What can you squeeze out of the money, the time, the energy, and the contacts that you already have access to? This means you really look at the amount of time and money that you have and think about what can you do with this amount, as well as with contacts and any kind of resources you have. So let's say you want to launch a business, but you don't have a lot of following and you think nobody's going to buy your product or service. Now, let's look at it at a different lens. Do you have any kind of friends, family? Do you know anyone? Even if you have just 100 followers on all your social media accounts combined, if you have only 10 people on your WhatsApp, or you are on Facebook and you really are only connected to 20 of your friends. Take everything you can out of what you have. Let's say you only have 5 friends and you call them up. Now, what are you going to say? You're going to say you're going to launch your business. You're going to talk about the product and service. And you're going to ask them who in their network might be interested. Then you ask them to give you 3 to 5 contacts each, or even just 1 contact each that you can call up and create a relationship with. You will call them up, ask what they would be interested in the product, ask them for feedback, and let them recommend you to another person in their network that might be interested in your business. Now, let's talk about that you're watching this video and you have access to the internet. What else can you do? As you're launching a business, it's a lot of professional network that would help you expand your brand. So go on LinkedIn, the professional social network that you can have, and look for all the people in your industry. Look for your competitors, look for your peers, look for potential mentors, and send them a note to connect on LinkedIn. You can send a small snippet where you say why their work is interesting to you and why you would be honored to connect to them. Then what are you going to do? Even if they don't connect to you, you follow them, you look at what they post and you replicate. I'm not saying don't copy their content, but look at what kind of content they share, what works and resonates with their audience, and then look at how you can apply that to your brand. Also, what you should do is like the comments and answer potential questions or just reply to comments on their posts so you connect to their following. So you might lack with the resources of a marketing agency, of money, of time, of the network, but you have a little bit of resources, for example, access to the internet. So be resourceful and make sure you squeeze everything you can out of it. This could apply to anything. You want to create an event and you don't have the legal permission to do so, you don't have the time and investors, you don't have the audience. Look at an event around, call up the mayor and ask for permission. This is what Kenneth Cole did back in the 80s or 90s when he launched his shoe collection. He could not afford a station for his product in Hilton Hotel or in front of it, or book a venue around it. But what he could do is call up a friend that had a truck and ask the mayor for permission to park the truck in front of the Hilton Hotel. Is that allowed? No, it's not. But how did he do it? He was resourceful. He called them up and he didn't ask, is it possible to park my truck in front of the Hilton? He said, how would it be possible to park my truck in front of Hilton Hotel? No matter what you want to do, what you want to achieve, be resourceful with the things that you have. Don't let lack of time, money, energy, or network come into the way between you and your brand, dreams, goals, and visions. And And I know your mom or some auntie in the neighborhood is the most resourceful person with having nothing at all and making a beautiful, beautiful meal, making a great party with no resources at all, raising kids with no education that then achieve a PhD. I mean, we all know these beautiful, strong, and powerful women that are incredibly resourceful. So why are you not applying what you see? Be resourceful. Be resourceful, no matter what resources you have access to. And now I would love to hear from you. When has been a time where you didn't have the resources, time, money, network, permissions, but you still got it done because you wanted it to so bad? Inshallah, leave it down in the comments and share your diversity with us. And if you think someone needs to hear this message because she's limiting herself mentally all the time, like me or her or everyone around us, share it with her, inshallah. Subscribe to our YouTube, subscribe to our podcast to stay educated on the go. And I'll see you next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.